This is the story of Lily, the Ivory Titan Volume 3, The Shadow Protocol. Victory over the machine god brought a silence that was too heavy, too complete. I patrol the perimeter of the living room, my claws clicking a rhythm of order upon the hardwood, checking the seals on the windows and the alignment of the couch cushions. The rug is safe, the sunbeams are unclaimed, yet the fur on the back of my neck stands rigid, sensing a disturbance in the ether not born of motors or electricity, but of something far more insidious. The front door opens, not with the violence of an invasion, but with a cheerful casualness that reeks of treachery. The tall giant and the soft giant enter, carrying a box of fortress within a fortress, constructed of cardboard and riddled with ventilation holes like prison bars. It smells of alien sawdust and a musk that triggers a primal alarm in my reptilian brain. This is not a delivery of supplies. This is a Trojan horse brought willingly into my citadel. I assume the inspection stance, tail rigid, ears swept back, demanding an explanation for this contraband. The giants lower the containment unit to the floor, their voices dripping with a sickeningly sweet tone usually reserved for me during cheese distribution hour. The latch clicks, a sound like the cocking of a weapon, and the gate swings open, revealing a darkness inside that seems to absorb the very light of the room. From the abyss emerges the enemy. It is small, a singularity of matte black fur, with eyes like molten gold that hold no loyalty, only chaotic ambition. It steps onto my hardwood with a silence that mocks my own stealth, its tail twitching with a hypnotic rhythm. This is not a dog. It is a creature of shadow, a liquid assassin designed by nature to mock the laws of gravity and property rights. I issue the bark of boundary, a sharp staccato decree that defines the line between guest and trespasser. The obsidian phantom does not flinch. Instead, it arches its back into a jagged mountain range of fur and emits a low, vibrating hiss that sounds like a radiator leaking poison gas. It is a declaration of war, a rejection of the hierarchy that I have spent for years establishing with blood, sweat, and urine. The battle begins, but it is asymmetric warfare for which I am ill-prepared. I charge, a white missile of justice, but the phantom engages its vertical thrusters, leaping effortlessly onto the summit of the coffee table. I skid to a halt below, barking furiously at the violation of the no-pause on tables accord, a treaty the giants enforce upon me with water bottles, yet they watch this transgression with cooing delight. The giants have been compromised. The creature begins to rub its face against the shins of the tall giant, weaving a spell of phenomenal subjugation. Look, they're playing! The soft giant exclaims, completely misinterpreting my tactical blockade as a game of tag. I realize with horror that I am fighting a war on two fronts, against the invader and for the souls of my own command staff. The situation deteriorates as the phantom discovers the food bowl, my sacred chalice. It does not eat with dignity. It crouches and devours, a black hole consuming the kibble meant to fuel the engine of the Titan. I rush to intercept, but a paw shoots out, faster than sight, batting my nose with a needle-tipped slap that stings not my flesh, but my pride. I retreat to the sofa, my secondary command post, to reassess strategy. The enemy possesses agility I cannot match, but I possess endurance and volume. I begin a psychological siege, a low, continuous growl that vibrates through the cushions, signaling that while I may yield the floor, the upholstery remains under the protection of the Ivory Titan. The phantom stares at me from across the room, blinking slowly, mocking my fury with apathy. Night falls, and the terrain shifts. The shadows become the phantom's ally. I hear it skittering in the hallway, a sound like dry leaves on stone. It practices ambush tactics, hiding behind the curtains, launching phantom strikes at my tail as I patrol. It is turning my own home into a haunted house, eroding my sanity with hit-and-run guerrilla warfare. Suddenly, the giants deploy the red eye of chaos, a laser pointer. The dot appears on the floor, a frantic crimson insect that defies capture. The phantom loses its composure, its calculated malice replaced by a frantic, undignified scramble. It crashes into walls, flips over itself, a slave to the light. I watch from the sidelines, realizing the enemy is not a god, but a simpleton ruled by instinct. The red eye darts toward me. The phantom, blinded by its absolute pounce obsession, charges my position. I do not flinch. As the black mass hurtles toward me, I execute the sidestep of the matador. The kitten sails past me, unable to break on the polished wood, and collides with the pile of recycled magazines, a tactical error driven by greed. The chaos subsides. The giants laugh, the red eye vanishes, and the phantom lies amidst the debris, panting, its dignity shattered. I approach slowly, not to attack, but to inspect. We lock eyes, gold meeting brown. There is a moment of shared understanding. We are both pawns in the giant's strange amusements, gladiators in a carpeted arena. The phantom stands, shakes the dust from its coat, and tentatively extends a tongue to lick my ear. It is not an attack. It is a peace offering, or perhaps a taste test. I do not bite. I allow the grooming for exactly 3 seconds before issuing a soft, warning grumble. The boundaries are redrawn. Not as enemies, but as uneasy co-belligerents in the same cell block. A metallic clank echoes from the front porch, the mail slot, the sound of the eternal enemy, the mailman. My head snaps toward the door. To my surprise, the phantom's head snaps too, a low growl rumbling in its small chest. I look at the shadow, then at the door. I take point, but allow the shadow to flank. The roaring void is gone. But the war for the house continues, and now the Titan has a sidekick. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this story. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe for more content, and until next time, stay super.